Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sam Landers, giving you my honest relationship opinions in the hopes that you can achieve your relationship dreams and goals like I have. Today we're going to be reacting to Jordan Peterson's TikToks. He is Canadian, I am Canadian. That's it.
Repeated. And husbands do this to their wives a lot too, especially if they're the jealous type. So imagine you have a wife that maybe you got lucky and you attracted someone who's a little bit above your caliber, or at least that's what you think, and maybe you're right too, and so she's attractive and you're happy about that in some ways, but what about those other men, and so you go out one night and she dresses up and she looks pretty damn sharp, and you're a little unhappy about that because what about those other men? And so she asks you how she looks, and you take that opportunity to punish her for her beauty. You do that 100 times. And you watch what happens. You think, God, you've let yourself go. It's like, no, I pretty much shaped myself into what you allowed.
On the one hand, I want to say women power, blah, blah, blah. Like, we would never do that. Like, we would leave, or we would, whatever. We wouldn't stand for that. But the thing I like about Jordan Peterson is that he has been in the game long enough and is fucking educated enough to know stats and to know some human tendencies that on paper we would never agree to, but in the day-to-day rhythm of life, like that frog being put into a pot and it slowly starts to boil, he's right. I really want to disagree with what he's saying here and say so many things. Like I feel like I could devil's advocate argue against what he's saying. Like, think about it like this, girls. Like, when you gotten ready, you showered, you thought about it, your hair, you thought about blah, blah, blah. You got the outfit, you put in all that hours, minutes, and time thinking and putting like the physical effort into creating the look that you're having in that moment. You feel good. You walk downstairs and the one person that you want their eyes to bug out of their head rejects you. And you tell me in that moment, you aren't hurt, you aren't beaten down emotionally. You obviously look sort of good, because if not, he wouldn't be saying this, because you know there's got to be days where you look like crap, like you're just like walking around the house with your hair in a greasy bun or whatever. He doesn't come up to you on those days and tell you how shitty you look. So why is he making a point to tell you about it when he knows that you don't look like shit? Yeah, that sucks. It's just hurtful. It would hurt me. My husband always tells me that I look awesome. Makes me feel really pretty. He always kills my insecurity in that moment instead of feeding it. And like, again, all of these things add up to a happy marriage. It's not just one key. It's day to day. This is how you interact with this person. And this is the reason why I do these videos, because I used to have such unhealthy patterns and relationship styles. Like, oh my God, tell me if you want story times about some of my dating. You can go from being in a completely crappy pattern relationship. Everybody in your family is divorced. You don't have any like really good day-to-day role models. And the people that are married seem to hate each other. To healing and finding the right person. Like, that is why I do these videos, because I want to like tell everyone it's possible, because it happened for me. Okay, more Jordan Peterson.
Men check women out. So maybe one of the things a man wants to do if he's going to commit to a long-term relationship is he wants to find out, well, does this woman have what it takes to actually commit to a long-term relationship? And what that means in part is that he has to know that she's capable of controlling her impulsive desires, right? Because otherwise she's going to stray. You can tell a woman has control over her impulses if she can say no. And maybe he checks that even harder because he does everything he can to seduce her and she still says no. And it works, and he knows she's interested and she still says no. Well, then he can conclude that she's capable of keeping her pants on, let's say. And that's actually something that you need to conclude if you're going to commit to a long-term partnership, obviously. on the male front because you want to be assured of paternity.
Damn! This guy does not mince words. Is that the saying? Mince or mix? Does not mix words. I don't know. I'll put it up what the answer is. But he says what he means, basically. Biology, whether we want it to be true or not, or whether like we want to say like you can be the biggest slut ever for like 5 years and then all of a sudden like you're not a slut and like guys shouldn't just not care about it. Biology is a thing. So just like we as women, even though we don't necessarily need to do it because things have changed, we biologically are drawn to men that can take care of us, that are responsible, that have good jobs, that can provide the life and like physically a home that we want, right? In the same sentence, what he's saying, for up until basically fucking 30 years ago, if you wanted to know the biology of your child, it was 100% based on trusting the woman that you picked. Therefore, you're not going to want to put energy into raising a child that isn't yours because, like, again, back in the day, it was hard to raise a kid and, like, keep it alive, blah, 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 blah. And also, like, who wants a girl that's going to hoe around? That's the other thing. Who wants a guy that's going to hoe around? So you want to know, guy or girl, like, let's say you're with, like, the guy that, like, all the girls wants to get with, because there are some guys that just, like, are girls like. Basically, if you're remotely attractive, you pretty much can find a guy that's going to hit on you and or try to sleep with you, especially if you're out in a situation where you're dressed up and like drinking is involved. Like, it's not that difficult, right? If you have a vagina, like, you know, this girl has like power, right? Or again, if the guy is the one that girls are really drawn to, you know that this person holds a power that has in fact drawn you in. That's why you like them, right? So you need to be able to trust them that they're not going to abuse that power, that with great power comes great responsibility, and that in fact that they know that, and that they're able to perhaps even show off like in a nice dress or whatever. You know, I'm not saying again like you're out fucking like a Megan Thee Stallion music video out there in public, but that you can go out to a situation or a party or wherever where a guy might say, hey, can I have your phone number, whatever, and that you're going to say, no, you know, thank you, but no, politely decline. So in that aspect, I get what he's saying, and it's like you can either accept it or fight it. And if you want to fight it, you're going to be wasting your time. And with that said, I just want to also say, a lot of girls go through a hoe phase, especially in your early 20s, you know, a summer or two where like you make some bad decisions, you're able to go out drinking, you're, you know, flattered by all the attention, and also society's constantly telling you like, this is fulfilling, this will get you what you want. I'm not going to sit here and body shame anybody or say that like you're hopeless because you've slept around or whatever. If it's not getting you what you want, or if you've grown out of that phase and you're looking back and you want to fill that gap in between your partying stage or whatever to you're going to be married and be with the husband that you want, that there are some honest conversations that you need to have with yourself during that time period, that gap. And there needs to be, I think this is one of them. So the end. Sam Landers. If you enjoyed this video, please click subscribe. And if you want to see more relationship advice or reactions to people's relationship advice, click the link below. Thanks so much for watching.